work out this offseason. He's trying to be the leader on the squad as they get set for the season. What are your thoughts on the job that Daniel Jones has done under center in New York as a leader on the field and off?
Well, I think off the field, first and foremost, I think his teammates and everyone has bought in. I think when you ask his teammates about him, when you ask the receiving corps about him, when you ask the tight ends and different position groups, they all got his back. They all love him. He takes care of everyone. He understands what it is to be a quarterback of the New York Football Giants, and that's not an easy feat. And I think having those similar character traits as Eli in terms of his temperament, in terms of the way he treats his players and his teammates, I think that's going a long way for him off the field. On the field, there's been some ups and downs. Obviously, we've seen some highlights of his career, things that he's proud of, things that we can say, oh, wow, this guy has the talent to be what we expect him to be, or why the Giants jumped up to get him. But I think, he still has yet to put that together holistically on the football field. But this year specifically, he's got some weapons to throw to. He's got some people surrounding him on the team, and I know we still have the draft coming up. So I look for the Giants to make a really strong push and be relevant and be, be a team that can compete. I think that's the word that I'm looking for, is competing. And I think when Joe Judge is looking at this football team, he wants them to compete at a high level this year. And I think, spending some money in free agency was the start of that.
Nice. Victor, you got the Patterson raised hat on, which is Patterson, New Jersey. You got the New York Giants shirt on. You are New York and New Jersey. Like, you embody this region. The Jets hold the 2nd overall pick, and as you know, they're going to be taking a quarterback. And the guy everyone's talking about is Zach Wilson. He's going to be the next big name in this market, and your rise to fame was like a comet in this city. Here's this kid, 21 years old, from a town called Draper, Utah. Blonde hair, looks like he's like just a completely fresh face. What would be your advice to a quarterback coming into this market as the number 2 overall pick and tackling New York City?
I think there's some media training is going to be in there. If the Jets understand what they're doing and how they want to groom him, so a little bit of media training is there. But I think just holistically, it's just about just be yourself, man. Don't try to be anything out of character. Don't try to be anything that you're not. Just be yourself. This is what got you here. This is what got you to this moment, to this position, to have this opportunity to play the game you love. So just be yourself. Think before you speak. Always understand that your words have deeper ramifications. So think, if your mother wouldn't want you to hear you say certain things, you probably shouldn't say it. So those are just a few things that I learned coming up. And I think he'll be fine. I think being a quarterback in this league, he looks like he's got a little bit of moxie. I didn't catch too many BYU games because they're a little past my bedtime. But I think he's got the moxie. He's got the temperament to be all the things that the Jets need him to be.
It's really well said. And this is very cool, Victor. The Giants and Univision New York recently announced an expansion of their partnership designed to reach Latino fans. One of these initiatives is a Spanish broadcast TV show called Sábados con los New York Giants, meaning Saturdays with the New York Giants. And you are one of the hosts. So felicidades, and tell us about the show and what it means to you to be part of it.
First and foremost, I'm so impressed by your Spanish that I'm literally taking it back.
Kyle?
Thoroughly impressed. But yes, I have partnered with the Giants and Univision. I had to say Univision because my grandmother would kill me if I didn't say it that way. But yes, we've partnered up together to have the first bilingual show between the Giants and Univision so that we can bring you the Giants news both on and off the field in just a fun way, and bridging the gap between the Latino fans and everyone that enjoys the game, as well as American fans and people that don't speak Spanish. So it's a matter of bridging the gap and bringing those two worlds together. And I'm so excited to begin. My co-host Damaris Diaz is incredible, and she's going to teach me so much, and vice versa. So I'm excited for the people to hear this. I'm excited to, kind of understand where this is. And Schrager would love this. I think it all comes full circle. As Schrager knows, I used to watch Univision with my grandmother as a kid. Every Saturday, we watched a plethora of shows on the weekend. And now I'm going to be on Univision every single Saturday. And it's just, awesome. The world kind of comes full circle like that. And I know my grandmother would be proud.
That's so cool.
That's dope. That's dope. So, Vic, your journey began with you going undrafted. What advice do you have for players who are not selected in the draft this year, but they still got dreams of playing in the NFL, man?
Oh, man, I think, it's hard work, it's dedication. I think the biggest thing, though, if there's one, phrase or quote I could leave you with as an undrafted free agent trying to make a team, is what my college coach told me coming out. He said, when you're on that practice field, or when you're even in the film room, make sure you're making one wow play every day. Make sure you always know what you're doing, always know what's being asked of you, always be smart, get in your playbook, understand what's going on. But you got to make that one wow play every day to make them be like, okay, this guy, we need to have him on our team, or we need to take a second look at what we got going on because this guy's got some talent. So just take advantage of your opportunity. Every single thing, whether it's a walkthrough, they ask you a question in the film room, make sure you know what you're doing so that everything else can be easy, and then you can kind of put your best foot forward.
It's well said. Victor Cruz joining the show, waking up with Good Morning Football. We are counting down the days to the draft, like 3 weeks away. It's in Cleveland, and there's one wide receiver that everyone is talking about, but not everyone is sold on, which is crazy because the dude won a Heisman. Devontae Smith. A lot of critics are suggesting that he's too small to be successful at the NFL level. How much of a factor do you truly, honestly believe size plays into the success of NFL wideouts?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it does in certain aspects, right? Obviously, it depends on what you're asking him to do. Are you asking him to line up as a slot receiver and block outside linebackers and be within the trenches? And probably not. You want him to be outside and using that athleticism and using that separation speed to go out there and run his routes and be exactly what you saw him be, at Alabama. So it's something to be said about what you're asking him to do, and D'Angelo knows this, you got to catch him first. You could tackle, you could say all of that about taking hits and all of that, but you got to be able to catch him first. And that route we saw right there, he didn't get touched until about 15, 20 yards down the field. So it just, yes, it matters, but does it matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. I mean, you got guys like Deshaun Jackson that have played a lengthy career, and he wasn't the biggest guy. It's all about what you're asking him to do and what team he goes to and how he fits within that scheme.
You think the Giants could use a Devontae Smith pick?
Yes. I don't even have like a witty comeback or anything. Yes, we can. Yeah, Jalen Waddle, we'll take him too. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, since your retirement, you've obviously gone from studying the playbook, but now you're studying textbooks. Like many of us, you've had to transition from being whatever you were to now at-home teacher during the quarantine. You got a beautiful daughter, Kennedy. How have these last 14 months been for Victor Cruz, the father, and what have you really learned about being a dad?
I learned a lot. One of the biggest things was patience. I think that was the overarching word of this entire quarantine process is patience. Mainly because it's an adjustment period for both you and your child, Kennedy and myself. Like, just trying to understand each other and get to a routine. I think that was the hardest part, was building that morning routine, even though you're technically home, right? That was the hardest part, was getting her out of bed, because she's like, I can just roll over and turn my laptop on. But I'm just like, no, you have to get up, put something in your stomach, drink something, kind of wake your body up. Like, that's what this is all about. So that was the struggle. And in terms of getting her schoolwork done, that was never really an issue. She's always been a great student, but it's the focus. She's in the middle of the class. I come in and she's playing Roblox, and I got to yell and raise my voice. It's just not the best. It's not the best thing, but we've rounded it out. She's in a good place now.
Wow, it sounds like you have really been working, Victor Cruz. We love that you have this new gig, that you made some time to stop by with us this morning. You're so big. You should take a nice long vacation. Rest up a little bit, teacher.
Yeah, I think I deserve that. I think I'm going on one tomorrow, but I'm not going to disclose where I'm going because Kay Adams may show up on a paddleboard trying to, disrupt my vacation.
Bye, Victor Cruz. Great to see you as always. We will talk to you soon down the line. And good luck with everything. I love that. All right, we got Quinn Miners on the
pleasure,
show.
Guys.
Titus
Thank you.
O'Neil. Bye. And also GMFB. I didn't misspeak. It is GMFB up ahead.
Our homage to those guys. When last we left our heroes, it was Peter, D'Angelo, and then Kay.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Men everywhere are now cutting their hair at home. Are you? Introducing MicroTouch Titanium Trim, the all-new at-home hair cutting tool and precision groomer. Just a trim or a full haircut. Now, cutting hair is as easy as combing hair.
It's the only way to cut your hair by yourself. I don't know how people can do it with clippers. It's impossible. With this, it's way easier.
I did this at home. If you can comb it, you can cut it. Simple.
Titanium trim reinvents everything with a revolutionary design that positions the blades on the side just like a comb, making it easy to cut your own hair with confidence. Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap on a comb to dial in the perfect length for your style. Long, medium, or short. And just comb and cut for pro-level results at home.
I just pop on that comb and I get a perfect trim every time. I literally can't make a mistake.
I can give myself a professional at-home haircut how I like it.
Sometimes I just need a little bit off, and that's what's great about this product. You have these guards and you just take a little bit off. Okay, I'm good.
Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap off the comb and edge sideburns and beards. Or clear your neck and shoulders with zero irritation. And look, titanium trim extends a full 40 millimeters for those hard-to-reach areas. Nothing else comes close.
I thought it was really cool that it can extend. It really helps. That extra little extension made it so easy. I would never use any other clippers. This is the one to use.
Micro-polished stainless steel blades bonded with titanium. Precision-engineered comb attachments. Built-in extension handle with a non-slip grip and LED spotlight. Just comb it and cut it with Micro-Touch titanium trim. Order online now at titaniumtrim.com or call 1-800-436-8333.
Nobody can get to their barber as much as they'd like anymore, but now you don't have to.
If you don't have it, you better get it.
The revolutionary, all-new Micro-Touch titanium trim.
Sam. Welcome to the back of your mind. This is where we learn how to eat with Noom. Cool.
The commissioner's coming up with the pick right here.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray.
Trevor Lawrence, everything to look for in a franchise quarterback.
Justin Fields has phenomenal skill, the arm strength, the athleticism.
This kid, Zach Wilson, the buzz is out of control. His highlight reel is incredible.
There he is, the Heisman Trophy winner.
One of the greatest receivers ever to play in college.
You guys ready to get started? With the first pick.
Welcome back to JMFB, our homage to the classic game show we've been watching each night in prime time with the NFL MVP hosting it, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. We had a heated first round earlier in the show in which Peter Schrager did a little bit of flexing, and D'Angelo and Kay Adams, who is going by David to the Goliath at the table, are playing catch up. When we left, we had our category Head of the Pack. And D'Angelo Hall, it is your board with the 3-point question. Let's pick it up right away, 19 to 8 to 6. Here you go, D'Angelo. Peter and Kay can steal if he doesn't get it. The original Packers uniforms did not have green, but were actually this color and gold, similar to what Curly Lambeau wore at Notre Dame.
Can I say navy blue?
You can. Would you like to?
Dark blue. It was a dark blue. I had the jersey.
I'm taking the navy blue. That is correct, D'Angelo Hall. That is 3 points for
Sterling
you.
Sharp, what'd you have?
No, I had a Candio jersey.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Is that true?
Right? I think a Mitchell & Ness throwback.
Ah, that
name
was
sound right,
the
Peter?
it, yes.
Candio? No.
Candia.
Are you thinking of Manti Te'o at Notre Dame?
No,
Ha! You don't know everything, Peter.
All right, D'Angelo, the board is
name
still
don't sound-
yours. D'Angelo, let's talk of Mitchell & Ness and more of these guys. D'Angelo, this Golden Boy Hall of Famer led the NFL in scoring 3 straight years and set a league record with 176 points in just a 12-game season.
Who is Bart Starr?
Bart Starr is a great guess, but an incorrect guess. We have the Golden Boy led the NFL in scoring into 12. Kay Adams, was that you or was that Peter Schrager?
You wish.
I can't just not answer it. I love this guy. Paul Horning's got
Paul Horning is absolutely correct, and I hate to break it to you, but Schrager just took re-control of the board. Can you cash in with another 5-point question, Peter, or will there be a chance to steal? These are the hardest questions we have. Peter, the now famous Lambeau Leap made its debut when he jumped into the stands after returning a fumble for a touchdown in the year 1993.
I'm going to go with Florida State legend Terrell Buckley.
T-Buck is a great answer, but wrong. Guys, we have an opportunity here to steal. He invented the Lambeau Leap in 93. Kay Adams buzzing in.
Can I see the clear?
Yes.
Returning, is it Reggie White? No.
It is not Reggie White, but that's a great guess as well.
It's
D'Angelo?
Leroy Butler.
That's right. That is absolutely correct. D'Angelo,
Okay.
out of mouths It is. That is a 5-point answer. Peter goes T-Buck, Reggie White, both great guesses, but D'Angelo
Do I
Leroy
lose
Butler.
points for a wrong
You do not
guess?
lose points.
Okay.
No, we do not take away here in GMFB. We only give. And speaking of giving, Kay, we will now go to our next category where you will start.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. We have 23 to 16 to 6. McKay Adams, the ball is in your court. Your category.
The Packers screwing me as usual. You know what I'm talking about?
It could be, Kay.
My entire life as a Bears fan, it's very meta.
Yes, the Magic Man just threw another touchdown at Soldier
basically.
Field. But Kay, 2021 NFL Draft is your category.
Okay,
to
let's
start
go.
with, okay, all will focus on players. We'll be hearing their names called at this year's draft in Cleveland. Here we go. Kay Adams. Despite being the top tight end prospect in this draft, he originally played quarterback and linebacker.
I'm going to go ahead and say Kyle Pitts, 2 T's, both of the 2 T's.
Ding, ding,
and
ding.
he will go 4th to the Atlanta Falcons.
A bonus piece of content from David over there. He is moving to the ATL where D. Hall played for so many years. Kay, let's see if we can get hot right now, okay?
Ew, David.
His father is a former Mr. Universe and has siblings named Equanimous and Osiris.
I have no idea.
I think you do, Kay.
Equanimous. Do I really?
Yes, I think you do.
2021 draft. Who? I don't. Go.
Cheetah first. Buzz in.
Could it be, I don't know the kid name, St. Brown from USC?
You know, we accept last names here on JMFB. It is Amon-Ra, St. Brown. We've talked about this. Father is Mr. Universe. Obviously, Equanimous is on the Packers. A little tie into our Jeopardy
Of course,
thing.
got it.
And Osiris, the St. Brown.
Plays
Peter.
at Stanford, Osiris.
Osiris will be coming down the pipe, and then we have Amon-Ra of USC. Equanimous currently in Lambeau. So, D'Angelo, you take the board back. Here we go. 2021 NFL Draft, your category. D'Angelo could run down Peter here. D'Angelo, he wore number 16 while at Clemson because it's the same number Peyton Manning wore while at Tennessee.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is absolutely correct. You got that.
Right now.
Oh, you got Leroy/Leroy Butler. Do you want to keep this thing going?
Yeah,
let's go. Let's get hot.
do it.
How many times did you pick off Cutler in that game? 7?
4.
4 picks in one game. Let's see if we can get 4 in a row. D'Angelo, this Alabama prospect's first and middle name, is Michael McCorkle. Their first and middle name is Michael McCorkle.
It is my man, Mac Jones.
D'Angelo! It is
Mac
Michael
Jones.
McCorkle Jones. D'Angelo, what's your middle name?
Eugene.
Oh, Eugene. Same as Nate Burleson.
Interesting.
Who knew?
I didn't know that.
And my father.
And he
All
talks
right.
about Mitchell and Ness. It's like they're the same person.
It's almost like they're the same thing. So D'Angelo's awake. It's great. All right, here we go. Stay hot, D'Angelo. Oklahoma State prospect Chubba Hubbard was nicknamed by Coach Mike Gundy after this iconic racehorse.
Chuba Hubbard.
Don't watch horse racing.
Okay.
Which
but
horse?
Iconic racehorse.
Seabiscuit. I don't know.
It's a great guess again, D'Angelo. I wish I could give it to you, but that is not correct. Would Peter or Kay like to steal iconic racehorse? Mr. Hubbard?
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed is a great question.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, if I could take the points and hand them to you, I would. Wilbur.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Ed's a good guess. Mr. Ed's a good
Remember
guess.
that one where Mr. Ed was in the Kentucky
I'm just
Derby?
glad that's a horse. I'm just glad I at least got that.
That is. Peter.
Thunder Gulch.
It is not Thunder Gulch. It is, of course, Secretariat.
Secretariat. There's Chubba Hubbard. What is Secretariat the nickname?
That's what Coach Gundy thought he was. He thought he was. He's just used the Secretariat as an athlete.
Secretary.
Peter really pulled for
7
Thunder
points.
Gulch. 8 bells, R.I.P. Now, final category
No.
for the JMFB round.
Okay.
Guess what? Kay Adams.
Let's
this board is
go!
to you. Now listen. This is a challenging category. It is before and after.
Great.
Please
Bring
pay
it on.
attention. These questions will feature 2 answers that share a word in the middle. For example, a Bob Marley hit and the Bears stadium would be Buffalo Soldier Field.
Nice.
So listen closely. You combine the 2 answers. I think this will make sense. Okay, to you. Hall of Fame Colts wide receiver, an actor who played iconic roles such as Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
Harrison.
Okay. Can you say say the first name of Harrison on the Colts?
Marvin Harrison.
Yes, that's it. We got it. Okay, you cracked it. Marvin Harrison Ford is the answer.
Yeah.
Adams, back to you.
Okay.
This one might be rough. Director of movies like Silver Linings Playbook and a quarterback whose nickname is Mr. Unlimited.
Wilson Russell. Who's a director of Russell? I have no idea.
You're halfway home.
I know Russell Wilson, who's a director that did Silver Linings Playbook. It's not my vibe.
Okay. Anybody want to buzz in?
Russell Wilson Cooper?
Russell Wilson Cooper is incorrect. Bradley Cooper starred in the playbook, but did not direct it. Peter?
I got to get the middle initial right.
Yes, you do.
Is it David R. Russell Wilson or David O. Russell Wilson?
Peter, I'm going to have to take your first answer, which was wrong. It is David O. Russell Wilson. It is not David R. David O. Russell Wilson. Now, here we go. This then goes back to Kay, because neither of them got it right. Kay.
Yes.
2007 hit from Rihanna album Good Girl Gone Bad, and legendary game-winning Titans play from 1999 AFC wildcard game.
Please don't stop the music, City Miracle.
Yes, that's right!
That's exactly right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm supposed to say all composed and dignified. I'm screaming. That is so good.
This
all right.
is so embarrassing.
Adams with 11 now. Kay, it is still your board.
Okay, let's go!
2020 leader in interceptions, an eccentric billionaire whose life was the focus of the movie The Aviator.
No idea. No idea.
D'Angelo's in. Xavier Howard Hughes.
That is absolutely correct.
I'm over here still trying to run through both answers.
That is the most correct answer I've ever heard. Xavier Howard Hughes. And D'Angelo.
Xavier gets no respect.
It's your board. That's also true. Here we go. If you get this is the 5-pointer. You already have a lead on Peter. You can open up a bigger lead. D'Angelo. Johnny Cash biopic and the spot on a football field which team cannot cross until the ball is snapped.
Walk the line of scrimmage.
Oh my gosh! We got a national treasure.
You're amazing.
D'Angelo Hall.
Are you blacked out right now? What is happening?
Way on, Peter. The bad news, Rogers is done. Get D'Angelo Hall to Jeopardy and have him host. You are so on fire. Let's take a look at the shocking scores. Just shocking. Hey, despite getting that incredible Rihanna before and after is at 11, but as we go to final, D'Angelo Hall is at an 11-point lead on frontrunner Peter Schrager. Peter, how are you feeling about what you just witnessed?
I'm trying to think of who David R. Russell is.
I don't know. I think it's my realtor.
I think he made the show The Practice with Mannheim, but we're going to get onto that in another category.
Adams, can you handicap final between these two? Who do you like? Can Peter pull out a miracle and catch D'Angelo?
Yeah,
is it one question or is it like a speed round?
It'll be in a true final, one question, write it down, and wager.
D'Angelo, I love you, but I've seen this. I've seen this game and this story. I've seen this movie one too many times.
I got Terrell Buckley wrong. This.
You've been saved by the bell. D'Angelo is so hot right now. We're gonna try to cool him down.
At this table has been like my dad, where he's like, "Do you know the
No.
He knows all the answers.
Well, if he knows them all, then he better get the final question. Here's the deal. At the end of the show, the very last segment of this show, which you should keep watching, we will determine our winner with a final JMFB question. The category will be... What is the category today? The Super Bowl. Yeah. Wide open. This is going to be right in the wheelhouse for everyone. It's the last segment of the show today. Do not miss it. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with JMFB.
Kyle, great job. I can't even imagine the work that went into this segment. Unreal. We'll be back on Good Morning Football. We've got a WWE star joining the show. What is it, your birthday today, Kyle? What a day.
Titus is joining.
My goodness, Titus.
Since 2005, Rich Eisen has run the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now, Rich invites you to run a 40 any way you choose. A 40-yard dash, 40 blocks, or even running 40 errands for a neighbor in need. Visit NFL.com/network/RunRichRun to donate. Upload a video of your 40 using these hashtags, and you might be featured on NFL Network. Then tune in to the 2021 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Alan. Yes. David Baker from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh.
The class of 2021 could be the greatest ever. Go online now to get your Hall of Fame exclusive enshrinement gear. Shop exclusive class of 2021 gear at profootballhof.com.
Shop exclusive class 21 gear, baby.
Introducing the new Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It's the most comfortable, body sensing, automatically responding, energy building, dually adjustable, dad powering, wellness boosting, foot warming, snore relieving, temperature balancing, recovery assisting, effortlessly life-changing, proven quality night's sleep we've ever made. And now the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C4 smart bed is only $14.99 plus 0% interest for 24 months on all smart beds, only for a limited time.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, 5 straight division titles, back-to-back Super Bowls, and 1 ring. And yet, all you really have is one question. What now? It's time to reset the rosters in the AFC West. Tonight, 7 Eastern.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Joining us now, he is one of the biggest names in professional wrestling. He is a former college and arena football player turned badass wrestler. He has been a tag team champion, a 24/7 champion, and he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Check this out. This weekend, he is hosting WrestleMania alongside Hulk Hogan. Wow. Let's give a big good morning football welcome to Mr. Titus O'Neil. What's up, Titus?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We are so excited to see you. It's been a while. I know you have a lot going on, and we have so many things we want to talk to you about. Storied career in wrestling already, of course. But what we love is you started out playing our game, football. You were a member of the old ball coach Steve Spurrier's Florida Gators team from 97 to 2000 and played along future NFL players Fred Taylor, the Freak Javon Curse, Travis Taylor. What was your experience like playing college football for the Gators?
It was amazing. I tell people all the time it's one of those situations where unless you get a chance to go into the swamp as a Gator, you know, obviously we always used to say only Gators get out alive, and as you see there, Peyton Manning never got out alive. Even in Tennessee, he never got out alive. But to be able to play for Coach Spurrier, obviously one of the winningest coaches in all of football, and probably one of the most funniest coaches ever too. You know, he always wanted to take his shots at his opponents. That was his way of kind of getting in the psyche of their head and making their team really want to beat us, and made us really excited about the fact that when we did beat people, it was because Coach Spurrier said we were going to beat them.
Coach Spurrier, a legend, of course. You're a legend as well, and we've had so many NFL players try their hand at wrestling. Chris Spielman, Lawrence Taylor, Mongo McMichael, Gronk. Who's the current NFL player that you think would be a really intriguing star in the wrestling ring?
Oh, man. I would probably say George Kittle. He's a huge fan. And, you know, his energy and his love for not only football, but also for WWE, I think would transition very well into the sport. And he's an entertainer by nature. You know, funny guy. I've had an opportunity to be around him several times. He's been to a couple of shows as well backstage. And, yeah, I would definitely say George Kittle would definitely have a future in WWE.
Titus, George is going to wake up somewhere on the West Coast, hear that you said that, and will jump up and down on his bed like an actual 5-year-old to hear you say that.
He will definitely be a big kid. He probably will run this back and put it on his Instagram story and everything else just to let everybody know that he is.
Hi, George Kittle's Instagram.
Yeah. Hey, George Kittle.
And Claire Kittle, who I happen to love more than George. I said, okay, you grew up in Florida. Let's talk about this. You call Tampa Bay home. What a year for Tampa sports fans. The Lightning, they won the Stanley Cup. The Rays won the ALCS. And, of course, the Bucks are Super Bowl champions. What was that like, the entire season? Bit of a rough, shaky start. Then it worked out at the end. What was it like as a Bucks fan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, it definitely was a rough, shaky start, but I think it was a rough, shaky start for a lot of teams, just because the lack of time to get their timing and stuff together in training camp. It was the OTAs were not in effect because of COVID-19, and so it takes a while for people to gel. I think a lot of times people, which rightfully so, they give Tom Brady a lot of credit. He brought a lot of energy to the city. It's unfortunate that him and Gronk didn't get a chance to play in front of a crowd here, their first year here. But our defense has been lights out, and our defense, led by Levante David, Devin White, and Sue, and Pierre-Paul, all those guys really kind of stepped up towards the end of the season, or middle of the season, actually. And then the offense started to click. We started running the ball well. Offensive line did an amazing job of holding fort for Tom Brady to make throws that he made in the second half of the season, and that definitely propelled us into being what we are today, which are the Super Bowl champions of the world.
That you are, sir. So Titus, WrestleMania 37 is this weekend, and not only is it at the Bucs Stadium, but you'll be serving host alongside Hulk Hogan himself. What does it mean to be hosting with such an iconic legend, man, as the Hulk?
Well, yeah, I mean, many people know that Hulk Hogan is one of the people that put WrestleMania on the map. And for me to have this opportunity, both of us live in Tampa. He's born and raised here. I've been here for years now. And so we both proudly call Tampa Bay home. And again, it's one of these moments that are very full circle for me, obviously starting with being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as the Warrior Award winner, and now getting a chance to host the biggest show that we have every single year, which is WrestleMania, alongside Hulk Hogan, one of the most iconic figures in our industry. It is a great treat. People are in for a hell of a show. And I'm looking forward to seeing, what's in store.
It's the Super Bowl of wrestling in the same stadium as the actual Super Bowl. It's incredible. Titus, let's get back to Gators Vols. What would you say is the pro wrestling equivalent of what the Gators used to do to Peyton Manning back in the day? Because I'm thinking it's The Undertaker throwing Mick Foley off the top of the cage. Is that accurate?
Yeah, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson introducing the world to the catchphrase of SmackDown. Is exactly what we did pretty much every single year that we played them. And, I remember Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl, and I congratulated him, but also reminded him that he never beat the Gators.
That's what they do. It's what they do. And as Coach Spurrier said, every year that Tennessee would go to the Citrus Bowl, you can't spell citrus without UT. It's just a fact. You can't do it. You can't. Yeah. Titus, we are big wrestling fans, of course, on this show. We also love a wrestling promo. Now, we are months away from the 2021 season, but we know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be on a mission to repeat. Would you indulge us and indulge the fans by giving a promo for Bucs fans as they get ready for next season?
Ladies and gentlemen, I know everyone is excited about the fact that we're getting back to some normalcy. COVID-19 definitely took a toll on everyone in 2020, but it did not take a toll on the number one team in the land, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now that we are being fully vaccinated, hopefully by the beginning of the 2021 season. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduced to you prior to the season even happening, your 2021 Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first team in history to go back and back, first team in history to win the Super Bowl at home in their home stadium, then go back to the Super Bowl and win it in another stadium. Hell, who knows? We may win the next 4 or 5. As long as Tom Brady is at the helm, we will be Super Bowl champions. And as long as we have that defense led by Devin White.
Yes. My man. Clash of the Titus. Watch him on WrestleMania this weekend at Raymond James Stadium with Hulk Hogan. Titus, you are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
Congrats on the Warrior Award, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Titus O'Neil. Guys, listen, we got NFL headlines just ahead. Sam Darnold in Carolina. Kyle, will it be a smackdown between Darnold and Bridgewater?
What a great question, Kay.
Yeah.
They may have to dish out a people's elbow.
Yeah, not so fast. Apparently he can seek a trade. What's going on in Carolina? We'll let you know next.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice, legendary wide receiver.
You ready for your weekly meeting?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do this.
Let's stack the deck.
When legends play, they wear Copperfit Advanced Back Pro. Copperfit's best-selling compression back support just got better with new double band adjustable supports.